Hi everyone, welcome back to Li'l K Artistry. I am Kristen, the artist also known as Li'l K, and this is my studio. This is where I enjoy my fluid art and also texture art, and this is my therapy. It's my safe space. It's where I just come to unwind at the end of a day. And as I am recording this, it is Friday afternoon, so I'm not only unwinding at the end of the day, but I'm unwinding at the end of a week. And for those of you who don't know, I clean houses for a living, so it's very physically tiring and exhausting. I'm 54 years old, so it takes a lot out of me. And when I get home, I like to just kind of turn off my brain and do something enjoyable that I love, and that's what fluid art is for me. And I'm branching out this year, so those of you who have been following all along and who have subscribed, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. For those of you who are new, who haven't subscribed yet, I do hope you do, and I invite you to subscribe. This is a fun and safe and enjoyable and hopefully relaxing and just a great way for artists and art enthusiasts to just come and enjoy something really pretty. Today I am going to be doing another of my cloud pours, and this does feature my Abstract Cellism mix. Excuse me. And you can find that mix back in video 233. And it is a slight variation of Steve Chase's Abstract Cellism mix, and you can find his page over at Chase Fluid Art, and I recommend you go over there to have a visit and subscribe and show him some love and watch his videos. He's done all the heavy lifting. All I did was tweak it a little bit. He uses a large air compressor for his art, and I don't have the ability to do that. Here I just use a hairdryer. So I had to tweak the mix a little bit to make it user-friendly for me and my hairdryer. I don't get exactly the same results that he does, but I love the results that I'm getting. And I've recently found that I can do cloud pours with my Abstract Cellism mix, and they come out looking just amazing. I did this one. It's a new style. I want to show you this. This is just a little 8-inch canvas that I did yesterday. It's all dry. And this is a new style that I am trying out. It's the Abstract Cellism. It's the cloud pour mix, but instead of spinning it, I didn't spin this one at all. I tilted it. So it's definitely got some different look about it. So I'm going to be doing that same thing with these colors, and I've been dreaming about these colors, you guys. These are blues, browns, and black in various shades and colors, and I have been thinking about this color combination. First of all, in my opinion, the color blue and brown, or even teal and brown, especially teal and brown, these colors to me are just beautiful together. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be layering my cup. This is going to be a cloud pour. I've got my Abstract Cellism cloud mix. I have not yet shared that mix. I will be soon. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be layering. I'm going to put a lot of different layers, just a tiny bit of each color, which is what I did with this one. I put just a tiny bit of multiple colors, multiple layers, and that's why we got such an interesting, I think it's an interesting combination of colors, and that just a different style of creating a specific look, and it's just really exciting to me. So this is the largest one so far that I've done. I don't normally tilt my clouds. Normally I spin them, and that's the first one that I ever did with no tilting at all. So this one I'm going to be trying with no tilting as well. With no spinning, I'm going to be tilting. I am using my spinner because it just helps me to be able to reach the whole thing. I can turn it around and see it from different angles, but I plan not to spin it. That's the plan. You know, I don't know. It might go as planned. It might not go as planned. And for those of you who've not seen me do these paintings before, I want to let you know that the first layer that I put down is Flow Aid. That's what the clear bottle. It's just Flow Aid and water, and that's a Liquitex product. And you can just follow the directions right on the bottle and mix it exactly how it says, which is 1 part Flow Aid to 20 parts water. And what this does, it just helps my canvas to stay wet, so that the colors, because I am going to be tilting this and not spinning it, I want to be able to tilt the paint off the canvas. So that's why I think this is going to be really important to have that Flow Aid on there today. Okay, I'm going to load up my my cup. This is just a 5-ounce cup, and this is a 14-inch, or maybe it's 12. You know what? I think it's 12. So hold on, let me just do a quick measure. It is a 12-inch canvas. And a 5-ounce cup should be more than enough. So I am going to start with the Titan Buff because I want it to have a light center. And you'll see when I put this in here, I'm just going to be barely covering the bottom. I don't know if you can see that or not. Just barely covering the bottom of the cup. And that's pretty much how much of each layer I'm going to be putting in there. Not even maybe a teaspoonful, like that. Maybe a teaspoon, not even a teaspoon. That was probably even a little too much. And that was teal. And this is this little piggy Harvest Gold. And I want that right next to a little bit of my cloud mix. Not going to be using a ton of cloud mix in here either. And this is Manganese Blue. What I like to do is go around and get through here go through these colors twice at least, which is why I'm only putting a little bit in. That's TLP Caramel Drizzle. And this is Van Dyke Brown. Oh, I hope these colors are gonna look good, you guys. I'm gonna put in a tiny bit more of my cloud mix before I put in the Carbon Black. Not very much, that's not even half of a teaspoon. It's just a tiny bit. And there's the Carbon Black. Now I'm gonna go back through again. I'm gonna go back to the Titan Buff a little bit. And I'm gonna go back to the teal, just a little. And then I'm gonna put a little bit of the cloud mix, not very much at all, even less this time. Tiny, tiny bit. That's the Harvest Gold, just a little. The Manganese Blue, just a little. The Caramel Drizzle. See how I've got such tiny little amounts here? And then just a drop of the cloud. And then what I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna end it with Van Dyke Brown, Carbon Black, and you know what? I'm gonna do a little bit of teal. Not very much, because I want the outside edges to be darker. Okay, and then on top of my canvas, just a tiny bit of the Carbon Black. Don't want very much at all. I don't really need that much. And I'm just gonna spread it out a little bit. I don't need much at all because I put down that first layer of the Floaid. And the whole point was so that I don't have to put very much paint on my canvas. Okay, I'm gonna scoot these back so I don't knock them over by accident, because I have been known to get a little spastic when I paint and I don't want to dump all my paint on the floor. Okay, now I've got my cup. I don't know if you can see how that's layered. Look at that, all those wonderful layers. So cool. I am gonna go ahead and pour this, and I'm not gonna talk while I'm pouring, and I am gonna hold my breath probably. Here we go. I was gonna pass out. Didn't know it was gonna take that long. Goodness gracious. Thought I was gonna die. Maybe I should hold my breath. Goodness. I hope you guys weren't holding your breath too. I really thought I almost. Woo! Okay, I'm feeling a little lightheaded. Ah, it's silly. Well, that's a very neat pour. I love how it's got the bright center, and you guys can't see this because the camera isn't tilted quite right. I might be able to get it when I bring you down for close up, but when I tilt and look, that harvest gold and the caramel drizzle are making the most beautiful sparkly sheen that's just unbelievably gorgeous. I'm so glad I chose these colors. So pretty. Okay, now I'm not going to be spinning this, but I am going to tilt, and I want to put a little bit, especially on the corners. I'm going to just put a little bit more down here, and I'm going to do the brown and the black just on the corners because I want to see, I don't want to tilt too much of the corners off. I don't know yet. This is only like the second one that I've done like this, so I'm not a pro by any means, but I don't want to, I want to distort the composition, but I don't necessarily want to lose I don't want it to go all to the edges. I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly, but the design, the composition might not extend to the corners is what I'm trying to say. And I want to make sure that I've got some color there that I like. Because most of this outside edge is going to get tilted off, but the corners, I'm not sure yet. Not sure yet. Okay. So on that one, I tilted the flat sides first, and then I tilted the corners. So I think I'm going to try that again, just to kind of see. And this spinner is going to be covered with paint, and I'm going to make a terrible mess, but that's okay. I'm sure I will find a better way to do this as I get going and do more of these. But I'm still pretty new at the tilting. Ooh, it looks like there's something in my, hold on, there's something in there that's distorting. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Oh, good heavens, what is that? Don't know, but it's gone now. Whew. And it didn't distort it too much. Okay. All right, let's scoot this over here. So I'm going to do the sides first and then the corners. Maybe as I'm turning this, you guys will get a view of that gorgeous, that harvest gold from this little piggy is one of my favorite golds. It's so beautiful. Okay, now I've tilted the weight of the paint back to the center of the canvas. That's really important to do when you're tilting. If you don't want your cells or your composition to be too distorted, always make sure that you bring back the weight of your paint back to the center of your canvas. And then I'm going to go ahead and tilt to this side. You guys can see that or not? I'm going to tilt it off this way, and then I'm going to do the corners, and then hopefully that will be that. Okay, now see, by tilting the flat edges first, I have somewhat distorted, which is exactly what I wanted it to do. What I'm trying to do with this, you guys, is, there, see? What I'm trying to do with this style of the tilting instead of the spinning is I'm trying to step away from the completely circular cloud pores and do more that are a little bit funkier, that are less perfect with regard to the circular nature of them. I don't want them to seem quite as circular. Okay, I'm going to tilt that one, and then I'm going to tilt it this way. Hopefully you guys can see this. I'm not really sure how much of this you're missing. I apologize if you're not getting a lot of this. Okay, that's that way. Okay, now I'm going to bring the, oh, I really like this. I'm going to bring the composition back to the center, the weight of the paint back to the center, and then I'm going to tilt the last two corners, and I really am liking this, you guys. I think this is going to turn out really, really well. These last two corners will take the longest because I have tilted off a good amount of the weight of the paint, so it takes a little bit longer. I'm just going to do these corners real quick. It takes a little bit longer for the paint to get to the other side now because there's not as much of it on the canvas. So let me tilt this one. Just put a little bit on the edge here. Okay. Tilt this one. I don't want to lose all that teal, so I will come back and paint the sides after it's dry if I need to. And that's the cool thing about this style of art, you guys. If you say I wanted to leave it exactly the way it is right now, I could just let it dry like this, and then I could come in and just paint this corner the way that I wanted it. Or I could just continue, which is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to continue to tilt it. I do want to get a little bit more on the sides here. There we go. And actually, you guys, I really am liking this composition just the way that it is right now. I think it is just beautiful. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wipe my hands off real quickly. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just come in with my squirt bottle of the brown and black. And I think I might do a little drizzle of the caramel drizzle, but I don't think I need it. And I just want to touch up that corner a little bit because I'm really liking what the composition is doing right now, and I don't want to mess with it. I really like it. I think it's really neat. And then what I think I'll do is I'll come in with my dotting tool and just because I don't want it to be too perfect, Mission accomplished, you guys. A cloud pour that is tilted and not spun. I am delighted with it. I'm eager to hear what you guys think. I really, really like this color. Let me see what the composition is going to be, and then I'm going to zoom you in so you can come see it a little bit closer. Wow, I love these colors. Oh my word. I can't decide which way I like it best though. That's really good like that. That's really good like that too. That not so much. That's definitely not the composition. And I don't know if that is. Okay, I think I like it with this big corner in the upper left. I think that is the composition. Not 100% sure, and I may change my mind as it dries, but I'm pretty sure we've got it. I am delighted with this, you guys. Came out so nice. I mean, I think it did anyway. Okay, I'm gonna come over there and zoom you in a little bit just so that you can see the close-up and what these colors are doing together. They're so pretty. Wow. Okay, there's the center. Yeah, you guys can't see from this angle, but once it's dry, I will do a close-up. And I'll let you see, you can see a little bit of the shimmer right there of that gold on the edges. But it's all through this piece. The gold mixed with the other colors. And it looks like a geode up there. Oh, I really like this. It kind of, to me, looks, if I step back here and let you guys see from where I am here, that kind of looks a little bit like a tidal pool, a distorted tidal pool with a cloud and the sky reflecting in it. I spent a lot of time on the coast of Maine as a child, and I became very familiar with tidal pools and what lives in them and what they look like, and I just get so inspired by the ocean. If you haven't been to the coast of Maine, it's a beautiful, beautiful place. Okay, I'm gonna zoom you out and just make sure that you guys can see this so clearly. There we go. Okay. All right, well, there we have it. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you enjoyed this. I look forward to hearing what you think about this piece. And if you love it as much as I do, this is my cloud mix that is used with the Abstract Cellism. The Abstract Cellism pouring medium. And it makes really unique and beautiful cloud paintings. It's just, and it really looks good, even like upside down like that, the way you guys are seeing it. It just, I really love it. Okay. I'm gonna go stare at this for a while and let it dry. The other thing I love about this Abstract Cellism mix is these paintings are usually dry, not cured, but dry within 24 to 36 hours, typically 24 hours. So, and even possibly in 12 hours when I get up tomorrow morning, this might be very close to being dry. I did tilt and I didn't spin, so I did leave a little bit more paint on the canvas, so it might take closer to the full 24 hours. I don't know yet, but I'll let you know. And as soon as I do, I will come on and I will post a video showing you the results, but I think it's just perfect. I love it. So happy with it. Thank you for joining me. Thank you guys for subscribing and for all of your comments. I'm eager to hear what you think of this, and I hope you like it as much as I do. Thanks so much for joining me again in my studio at Li'l K Artistry. This is Li'l K, and once again, I am reminding you and encouraging you to go make the art. You'll be glad you did.